Let us move forward with strong and active faith. First of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror which paralyzes needed efforts to convert retreat into advance. Never before have we had so little time in which to do so much. Labor Day symbolizes our determination to achieve an economic freedom for the average man which will give his political freedom reality. Be sincere, be brief, be seated. We have always held to the hope, the belief, the conviction that there is a better life, a better world, beyond the horizon. The barrier to success is not something which exists in the real world. It is composed purely and simply of doubts about ability. Men and nature must work hand in hand. The throwing out of balance of the resources of nature throws out of balance also the lives of men. Go for the moon. If you don't get it, you'll still be heading for a star. Happiness lies not in the mere possession of money, it lies in the joy of achievement, in the thrill of the creative effort. I'm not the smartest fellow in the world, but I can sure pick smart colleagues. A nation that destroys its soils destroys itself. Forests are the lungs of our land, purifying the air and giving fresh strength to our people. December 7, 1941. A date which will live in infamy. In the truest sense, freedom cannot be bestowed, it must be achieved. It isn't sufficient just to want, you've got to ask yourself what you are going to do to get the things you want. To reach a port, we must sail, not tie at anchor, sail, not drift. Rules are not necessarily sacred, principles are. Presidents are selected, not elected. Never underestimate a man who overestimates himself. If civilization is to survive, we must cultivate the science of human relationships, the ability of all peoples, of all kinds, to live together, in the same world at peace. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the assessment that something else is more important than fear. Calm seas never made a good sailor. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. When you get to the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. Great power involves great responsibility. There are many ways of going forward, but only one way of standing still. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Let us move forward with strong and active faith. The test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much. It is whether we provide enough for those who have too little. It is common sense to take a method and try it. If it fails, admit it frankly and try another. But above all, try something. Happiness lies in the joy of achievement and the thrill of creative effort. Men are not prisoners of fate, but only prisoners of their own minds. Democracy cannot succeed unless those who express their choice are prepared to choose wisely. The real safeguard of democracy, therefore, is education. Real estate cannot be lost or stolen, nor can it be carried away. Purchased with common sense, paid for in full, and managed with reasonable care, it is about the safest investment in the world. I ask you to judge me by the enemies I have made. Human kindness has never weakened the stamina or softened the fiber of a free people. A nation does not have to be cruel to be tough. The nation that destroys its soil destroys itself. Above all, try something. People acting together as a group can accomplish things which no individual acting alone could ever hope to bring about. Remember always, that all of us, and you and I especially, are descended from immigrants and revolutionists. In politics, nothing happens by accident. If it happens, you can bet it was planned that way. That is the spiral galaxy in Andromeda. It is as large as our Milky Way. It is one of 100 million galaxies. It consists of 100 billion suns. Now I think we are small enough. No country, however rich, can afford the waste of its human resources. Demoralization caused by vast unemployment is our greatest extravagance. Morally, it is the greatest menace to our social order. I am a Christian and a Democrat, that's all. Freedom means the supremacy of human rights everywhere. Our support goes to those who struggle to gain those rights or keep them. Do the best you can do and wait the results in peace. Almighty God, our sons, pride of our nation, this day have set upon a mighty endeavor. A struggle to preserve our republic, our religion, and our civilization, and to set free a suffering humanity. I pledge myself, to a new deal for the American people. If you have spent 2 years in bed trying to wiggle your big toe, everything else seems easy. Necessitous men are not free men. When you see a rattlesnake poised to strike, you do not wait until he has struck to crush him. We must especially beware of that small group of selfish men who would clip the wings of the American eagle in order to feather their own nests. Let us never forget that government is ourselves and not an alien power over us. The ultimate rulers of our democracy are not a president and senators and congressmen and government officials, but the voters of this country. The real safeguard of democracy is education.